today we are putting the new Lisa Eldridge eyeshadow palettes to the test. Well, actually today we're going to do one eyeshadow palette and my lipstick and lip liner that I got, and then tomorrow we will do the other eyeshadow palette because I don't want this video to be 3 years long, but I also want to give them their time and their moment. Each one of them deserve it. They're so beautiful. So if you've seen my eyeshadow palette reviews before, you know that we go to desk view first. I give you the general overview. I do full arm swatches and then individual like hand swatches of each of the shades and kind of give you my thoughts and feelings about the textures of the shadows. And then we create a look together and I give you my final thoughts. So hopefully all of this sounds interesting to you. If it does, let's go ahead and do the YouTubey things. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's get into it. So this is my Lisa Eldridge order in here. Because I ordered more than 3 things, I believe, or 4 things, I got this free, beautiful velvet makeup pouch, and it is beautiful. It is luscious feeling. It's a beautiful pink. It's absolutely beautiful. So this was a nice added little gift for the holidays, and I really like it. Like, I will cherish this. It's actually really lovely and soft feeling. All of my Lisa Eldridge goodies are in here. I have unboxed them already because I filmed a little reel before filming this. So let's unbox it. I got, or unpack it, I got the lip liner in the shade Sorcery. So this is a new shade for her. I also got the True Velvet lipstick in Sorcery. I got the eyeshadow palette in Sorcery, and then I also got the eyeshadow palette in Vega. So we are only going to focus on one of the eyeshadow palettes and the lip products today, and then tomorrow I will come back and have a second video on the other eyeshadow palette. Which one will I start with? I think I'll do Sorcery today because we'll do Sorcery and the Sorcery lip products together because they kind of, you know, it's almost like they're a little bundle, you know. Let's start off with the Sorcery lipstick, shall we? So this is in the shade Sorcery. She did release 5 new lipsticks. Also, if my nails look a little bit weird, I couldn't be bothered painting my nails, and so I put like these press-on nails that I've had lying around forever, and it turns out me and nail glue, we are not friends, and I am incapable of using glue. I must have skipped that step in kindergarten. So yeah, anyway, glue is everywhere, just everywhere, over the desk, everywhere. Anyway, Sorcery, Velvet Sorcery. So this is her velvet formula. It's more of a matte type formula. Standard Lisa Eldridge packaging has the shade name on the bottom here, the beautiful Lisa here. It's magnetized. It's incredibly luxurious feeling. The lipsticks are £26, which I believe actually works out to probably be about 40-ish Australian dollars. Normally that would have been about 52 Australian dollars, but because the dollar is a little bit stronger against the pound at the moment, it's a little bit cheaper than normal. And this is the lovely shade right here. So it has that beautiful velvet bullet and it makes you never want to use it. I have swatched this already, so it might not look as pristine. I don't know if you guys can see that velvet texture. Absolutely stunning. So this shade right here is described as a bewitching medium dusky clay rose, and it leans a little cool toned. So mauve magic from the 90s, the indie it girl of true velvets. That's the shade description. And I was a little bit worried about how this would look on me because, yeah, I always find the way that lipsticks look on Lisa and the way that they are swatched on the website is never really how the color comes when I receive it. So I'm always a little bit nervous about getting her lipsticks and what I'm actually thinking I'm getting versus what I'm getting. But this is probably exactly what I was thinking, to be honest. It really is. Like, this lipstick reminds me of what my mum used to wear every single day in the 90s, like hands down. In fact, if I feel like I put this on and I really don't like it, I could give this to my mum and she's going to be so stoked. She will love this shade so much. So now we have the Enhance and Define Lip Pencil in Sorcery. This is £19 and probably about 30-ish Australian dollars. So again, the exact same shade description as Velvet Sorcery, the lipstick, and it's a perfect, it's a little bit actually more, the lip liner here, you can see the difference, right? This is more of a deeper chocolatey brown, and this looks almost like a more, a little bit less cool tone, a little bit more warm toned. So they're not quite perfect for each other, like not a shade for shade match, but I think they'll look super lovely on the lips together. And honestly, Lisa's lip liner formula is one of the all-time best you can possibly get. It really is impeccable. So I'm excited to try these on. Now let's move into the eyeshadow palette of Sorcery. So if you are curious, this is the outer carton that the eyeshadow palette comes in, and it has all of the shade names, the descriptions, and the ingredients on the back here. And then you get the actual beautiful gold component itself. Again, has the name, the shade names, and the type of formula they are on the back here, which I really appreciate that she's got the type of formula on here. It says it's a 24-month expiry as well, which is awesome. The component itself, the eyeshadow palette itself, it does feel luxe, but it also does feel, it could have been a little bit heftier for me. And just because it doesn't have that extremely luxurious feel to it, I'll be honest, it is a little bit lighter. It's not too light. It's not, you know, but this top bit kind of feels a bit light, and yeah, I don't know, but it is beautiful. Like, it's beautiful to look at. And also I feel like she might have strategically done that and made the packaging a little bit lighter so that it was easier to travel with, because while we all love hefty, luxurious feeling makeup, it's also not practical to like throw in your bag and, you know, off you go for the day or travel with, right? Like, I don't really travel with my Pat McGrath Labs motherships because they're so hefty. So I don't actually mind it in that sense, because these are supposed to be very easy to work into an everyday makeup person's world. Let's go ahead and open her up. Look at Sorcery. As soon as she unveiled Sorcery, I hands down knew that I was going to be picking this palette up. The greens in here, this shade right here, just this whole palette really speaks to me, and I'm so excited to play with it and really put it to the test, because it just seems absolutely incredible. There were 6 formulas that Lisa talked about. I'm not even kidding. I watched Lisa Eldridge's eyeshadow palette reveal video. I think I've watched it like 10 times. Because I just found it so, 1, relaxing to watch, but 2, just so fascinating. She just makes these eyeshadows look like the best eyeshadows in the entire world. And she has 6 different formulas, which off the top of my head right now, I don't know if I can remember. Let's see if I can. So there's a seamless matte, there's a velvet, there's a metallic, there's a luminous duo. Is there one? There's definitely one more I feel that I'm forgetting. I'll put it on the screen. In Sorcery, there are 3 formulas. There's a seamless matte, a luminous duo, and a metallic formula. So there's not all of the formulas in this particular 6-pan. The other really cool thing that Lisa talked about in her video is that each one of these little squares can get popped out really easily, and you can custom create your own little 6-pan amongst her other shades. So you can buy each one of these shades individually and then, you know, chop and change them into your own, you know, curated 6-pan. The eyeshadow palettes are £49, which would be about 80-ish, I think, 80 to 90 Australian dollars. The kind of general inspiration behind Sorcery is it's inspired by medieval tales and legends. So Sorcery is a story of the magicians, fairs, and fantasy of the Middle Ages, and it's absolutely stunning. I really was drawn to this color story, hands down. So let's go ahead now and swatch this little palette. Even though I don't want to touch it, we need to swatch it, and then we need to create a look with it and start playing with it. I will swatch it up my arm like normal, and then I will do individual hand swatches as well, swatch down the back of my hand just like normal, so don't you worry. So let's go ahead and do the individual like hand swatches of these shades. And I can already tell you just from the arm swatch that if I take out this blue shade right here and put in a transition shade, this will be like my ultimate palette of all time. I'm not even kidding, because these colors are so spectacular, so beautiful, and so me. It's insane. I mean, I do like the blue. It's just not something I'm going to get as much use out of as the other colors. Anyway, let's try this first. So the first shade here is Troubadour, and this is a seamless matte, and it's a deep inky teal. So it's interesting because it looks almost like black in the pan, and then you swatch it out and it's the most beautiful deep, well, she's called it a teal, but to me it's like a really deep forest green almost. It's really lovely. Like, look at that. That is beautiful. And it definitely feels It feels a little bit like the, not quite as putty, creamy like, but it feels a bit like the Isamaya Industrial palette. You know her black putty shadow she has in that palette? It feels a bit like that. And it's just, I can see why she's called it a seamless matte, because it's not like a powdery matte. You know how she was saying there's no real fallout? I can see that there's gonna, like, I can see why she's saying that, because this is so like, it's like creamy, like it's an interesting formula. The only thing that I've come across like this is the Isamaya formula in that black shade in the industrial palette, but even this is slightly different. It's lovely. I'm going to be interested to see how this performs on the eyes. The next shade is Grotto, which is a metallic, and it's a cool emerald green. We all know greens are my favorites. Absolutely beautiful, and it is amazing. It's amazing. It has like, so it has a soft taupey base to it, and then it has the beautiful emerald green, and then the little sparkles are like a lighter green. So that's what kind of gives it that lightness, and it's beautiful. And I think that you could really put this on the eye and it won't, you know, sometimes greens, dark greens like this have more of a black base, and when you put it on the eye, it just kind of turns into a black eyeshadow, whereas I feel like because it's a bit more taupey, it's not going to do that. And then you just have these real beautiful light green flecks through it that when the light hits it, it just looks like fairy dust. Like, it's absolutely beautiful. And how wet look. Ooh, gorgeous. This is Madrigal, another metallic. It's a blackened antique green gold. Perfect description for this. I love this. My description of this, which is probably really wrong because all silver and gold is like metal, but it's like that metally gold where it's not like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's brassy is probably what I think, like antique. That's such a good word for it. This one has a dark taupe base to it as well, almost a black base. And you know what this reminds me of dramatically, except less sparkly and more foily, is Gigabyte from Pat McGrath Labs. So think Gigabyte, but think less opaque, so less like strong pigment, a lot more foily than Gigabyte Pat McGrath Labs. Like that has a bit more like sparkle and fleck and like glitter to it, whereas this doesn't. This is like a straight metallic wet look foil. Very pretty. Next up, we have Mercurial, which is a luminous, and it says a luminous duo because it's a prismatic green to heather. Interesting, green to heather duochrome. And this is probably, not gonna lie, my favorite shade in the palette. This is wow, 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 wow. So this is a Pat McGrath Labs special shade, but without as much fleck, without as much glitter. You know what I mean? It does have it when you touch this one. So these metallics, they feel very smooth and cream-like to touch, whereas this one you can feel like the glitter specks when you touch it, but when you blend it out, it blends out to like a wet metallic and it doesn't really have any glitter left over. Whereas, you know, when you blend out a Pat McGrath Labs special shade, you kind of still have that glitter. This doesn't have this. And this is amazing. Look at the shift. Look at the shift. This one right here is Mage, and it's a satin / metallic, pale silvery sage green / grey with icy blue, pink, gold, and green pearls. And this would be another fave in the palette. I mean, all of these shades are my faves. But this is gorgeous. You know I love a gunmetal type silver shade, and that's what this really is. Very pretty. It's not as metallic foil as these two right here, or even Mercurial. It really is like a satin metallic. It's not quite a satin, but it's not quite a metallic. It really is midway through, and it's quite lovely. And this will look really nice on the everyday. And for those of you, sorry, that don't want like that full impact of a metallic, you'll really like this particular shade. And lastly, we have Swan Song, which is this blue, and this is a satin metallic as well, and it's just described as a rich sapphire blue. Look at that. Wow. That reminds me a lot of the blue from Subliminal. Even swatched out, it's not as, again, metallic and almost impactful as the blue out of Subliminal from Pat McGrath Labs. It is definitely got that more satin feel to it, but that might be really good for a lot of you because maybe you've been looking for a shade like that, but not so impactful for the everyday. So yeah, this is really pretty though. So this is Sorcery all swatched out. I am blown away impressed. Truly, I cannot wait to put this on my eyelids. I'm way more impressed than I even thought I was going to be. Just the textures and the feel of these shadows. You can see the love and attention and the expertise that have gone into these formulas. So let's go ahead now and create a look with it and see what we think. I am so excited to like put this on my lids. I want to use every single shade. I think I will go into Grotto first, which is this beautiful green. And she really just, I have primed with my lids, sorry, as well. I have primed with my lids. I've primed my lids using my Rare Beauty eye primer. She took her first shadow and just like put it straight onto the eye with her finger. So let's kind of, wow. Holy, that's amazing. It just feels so like a cream shadow. It just, wow. Wowee. And she was talking about in her, if you haven't watched her initial launch video, by the way, go and watch it. It is so good. She's just so passionate about makeup and such a genuinely like true makeup lover. And that's the thing I love the most about Lisa. And yeah, her launch video was incredible, but she talks about how these are designed for any type of age, especially if you are more mature lids, they're going to like smooth over a mature lid, but also that you can layer these upon layer these and they will still look incredible. And she kind of proves that in the video as well. So yeah, I can kind of see, but just even the initial way that this is going on, and I do not have any fallout. These have like this stick to them almost where they kind of really grip to the eye. It's interesting. I've not come across a formula like this. You can honestly just put this on as a one and done. Holy. I've got zero fallout. I don't even have a speck of glitter on my under eyes. That's kind of amazing. I'm going to take my Rephr number 14 now and I'm going to dip into Troubadour, which is the dark green here. This shade is a seamless matte formula. I'm just going to tap this into the outer corner here. I did want to pick up her brushes too, but honestly, I just had to start with the palettes and then we'll build from there. This really reminds me quite a bit of the Natasha Denona cream to powder formula a little bit, but different. And it also has no fallout. So you could definitely do your eyes first with these shadows and you'd be fine, which is amazing. Yeah, they just have this like grip to them. This is awesome. And just see how easy that blends out. It really does blend out really easy. I've never felt these kinds of formulas before. These are awesome. I'm 100% going to be going on and ordering the other 3 palettes. I wanted to order them. I should have just ordered them all at once. And then I was trying to be good. And I was like, you know what? If I get the other ones and I like them, I'll order them. I've got the money sitting there. I've been saving since I've been waiting for these to ship. And yeah, I like these. I need them all. These are phenomenal shadows. Holy. I'm going to take this brush from BK. It's an A505. And I'm going to pop a little bit of this gold, which is Madrigal. I'm just going to pop this and just over here, just to add it in. Oh, wow. That layers so amazing over that green. Like it just, oh, that's shifty. That's cool. I like that. You could obviously build it up like she says in her launch video, like you could use it with your finger and it'll be more opaque, but if you want to like sheer it out, oh wow. That's super, super cool. I don't know how much this shift will pick up on camera, but in real life this looks phenomenal, if I do say so myself. I will pick up this Delium Tools 773. I'll just pick up a little bit of Mercurial, which is the Luminous Duo. And notice that I didn't even use intensifiers. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. Look at that over grotto. Can you guys, I don't know, I hope to Lord that this is picking up on camera. Whoa. That is insanely beautiful. And there's no fallout. I have probably a couple of little specks of glitter here, but other than that, like really nothing. Just mesmerizing. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna do the speed through of my base makeup now, and then we will come back and we'll finish the lower lash line and do lips together. So let's do it. So we did our base makeup. I also put this Charlotte Tilbury eyeliner. This is in the shade Green Lights, and I put the dark green shade on the top lash line, like tight lined with it, and then I put the light green shade on the lower lash line, or the lower waterline, sorry, and I put Tower 28 mascara on my top lashes. So let's finish the lower lash line. I'm just gonna take this Rephr number 3 and we'll dip into Grotto. No, what is this called? Troubadour, sorry. And I'm just gonna run that like on the outer corner. And then still on the Rephr 3, I'll take a little bit of Magic, which is this silver, and just pop a little bit of that on here. It's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Inner corner, I'll take Mercurial, which is the duochrome. That's pretty. I'll just pop some lower lash mascara on, and then we're going to move on to the lips. So now we're going to try Sorcery. So I have the Sorcery lip liner and the Sorcery lipstick. So let's pop this lip liner on. That is the lip liner. It's definitely more of like a, yeah, like a deep chocolatey brown. Very pretty though. Okay, and now let's try Sorcery. Whoa, that's a cool shade. I mean, this is very glam, and truth be told, I probably wouldn't wear this glam of an eye with this deep of a lip. I wouldn't, but I obviously want to show you guys what the lip color is. If I was going to wear this lip color, I would do a very, very soft eye look. Like, I would honestly probably take Vega even, which we will use tomorrow, and I would just put like this shade or something all over the eye. So just a simple shade like that, like a one and done, and then I would wear this lip. But I do actually like it more than I thought I would. All right, let me go and do my hair, and then we'll come back and do final thoughts. This is the finished look. What do you guys think? I love it. I love it. I love it so much. Granted, as I mentioned, I wouldn't pair this lip with this eye look. You absolutely could. It's very grungy. The eyeshadow palette, you guys, oh my lord. Oh my lord. Do I think this is worth it? Yes, I do. Yeah. Yeah. I love this. I love this. I love every single color in here. I think it's amazing. I am, no word of a lie, going to finish filming and order the rest of these palettes. I love them, hands down. I think they're worth it. I think these formulas, I have never quite come across anything like them. They're special and they are unique. The mattes like, you know how she was saying like no fallout or anything in her video? That's accurate. The metallics, they just have this like grip to it where it like grips to your eyes in a really nice way, and they really do like just blend. It's very odd, but in the best way possible. And just look at the dimension and the payoff and the colors, and it's just, I'm so in love with them. It makes me angry, shan't lie. And I really like the lipstick and the lip liner. I've got reviews of Lisa's lipsticks and lip liners on my channel already. I'll link all my Lisa Eldridge videos down below for you guys. But I've already tried these formulas. I already knew I was going to love the formula of these. But in terms of the color, I like it a lot more than I thought. I wasn't gonna lie. Or I'm not gonna lie. I was a little bit nervous of whether or not I would like this because, yeah, it can be a bit, I don't know, it was just one of those kind of deeper colors that I was like, I'm either gonna love this or hate this, but I quite like it. I do quite like it. And I can just see with a really neutral, soft, almost like nothing on the eyes, and then like my hair back in a bun or something, it being like really chic-like, if I do say so myself. Anyway, I really like it. I'm really happy with everything. It's like a run, don't walk situation if you can. Obviously, everyone's value of $1 is different. Like, don't get into debt or anything like that, you know. But if you're wondering whether or not I think these products are worth every single cent, I do. I love them. I love them. Okay, let me know your thoughts down below. Did you pick any of these products up? I want to know what you think. And if you're watching till this point, you're an absolute legend. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. If you haven't already, pretty please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. And other than that, I hope you have the most amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye.